Hello everybody and welcome to the third week of the ENC Draft League Season 6. This week we're playing the Grifton Gulpin. Their team's Incineroar, Terapagos, Enamorus Incarnate, Garchomp, Wheezing Galar, Toedscruel, Cobalion, Slacking, Alomomola, and Shiftry. So this team is very interesting. It's sort of centered around Wheezing Galar being able to remove his abilities on guys like Toedscruel and Slacking, which both have negative abilities. Garchomp, doesn't really care about his ability, right? It's rough skin. Cobalion, unless you're up against a dark type, that ability doesn't matter too much. Enamorus, obviously, if it's getting intimidated, you kind of would like the attack boost if you're physical or even mixed. But, just don't click superpower if Weezing's on the field. Incineroar actually sometimes likes being next to Weezing because you can hold a ability shield on your Incineroar, and that lets you intimidate Defiant guys like King Gambit. And Annihilate is another big one. That was actually used in regular VGC during Regulation H, which is really cool. And obviously Terapagos is allowed to get out of its merch form. I actually don't know if chutbutter knew this when drafting the team, but when I was running mocks, I actually learned that Terraform 0 and Terra Shell don't activate, only whatever the merch form ability is, right? The one, Terra Shift, right? So you're allowed to go from merch form to Terraform, but then when you go Stellar, you don't actually remove any weather, and also you don't have your essentially multi-scale, making hits not very effective. So that is actually really non-bow synergy. I don't know if he knows about that. Anyway, things that I'm expecting to see, probably, Toedscruel's pretty good into me. The problem is that I can just carry ice moves on any of my guys to just obliterate it. So it probably would Terra Water to remove that ice weakness. Terra Dragon is something that other people have done into me, and I could see, maybe Incineroar going Terra Dragon. But luckily, I don't think that he's going to go Terra Dragon on too many guys because his team has a massive ice weakness, right? Enamorus, Garchomp, and Toedscruel all weak to ice. And not a single water resist on this team that isn't Shiftry, which is not real. Shiftry is fake. That's not a real Pokemon. This team, I think it's really held back by its lack of speed control. That's the biggest thing that I noticed about it when we were doing our team breakdown. The only Tailwind is on Enamorus, which is only 106, and the only Trick Room is on Toedscruel, which is base 100 speed, so it doesn't even like being in Trick Room. And nothing on this team is particularly slow. You want to be sub 50 speed for Trick Room, and Incineroar is 60, and that's your slowest guy. I guess Alomomola, but it's not even offensive. It doesn't do anything. We can take a look at the team. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right. The first guy that I put on the team was Weavile, because like I said, I noticed that there's a massive ice weakness on this team. The only ice resist is Incineroar, and I guess Cobalion, which, could very well come, actually, in thinking about it. I didn't think about it that much, but Cobalion could come. I honestly almost ran... Well, obviously, I almost ran Triple Axle, but then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm already running the Wide Lens on Serena, because it's just better with Power Whip, Triple Axle, High Jump Kick, because fighting is good into Terapagos. You probably just want Grass for stab. Although, in looking at it, Grass is not even necessary. I could run something other than Grass. I'm going to run it because I feel like Terra Water is the most common Terra type here on a lot of these guys. So I will keep running Grass, and then High Jump Kick for Terapagos. Do I want speed on this at all? I don't think so. I don't think I need any speed. Yeah. No, this is just optimal. Okay. So with what's it called? With the Wide Lens already on somebody else, I was started by running a loaded dice Triple Axle, but there's still a 10% chance to miss. And it's 10% chance to miss for a upside of, I think it's, what is it, 110 base power? No, it can't be 110. It's 20 plus 40 plus 60. Is that 120? Yes. 120 base power. Whereas this one is guaranteed 100 with up to 125. So let's see, we do this times 0.9. Expected value of 108. Whereas the other one is going to be 100 plus 125 divided by 2. 112. This is higher base power on average. And it also has a benefit of hitting more times, which, could maybe be good with Stamina Guy. You never know. Also, Icicle Spear Importantly, does not make contact, which means that we can hit Garchomp 3 times and kill it, whereas with Triple Axle we were taking 3 Rocky Helmets, which is, or not Rocky Helmets, Rough Skins, which is actually pretty relevant. It's actually kind of nice to not take 3 Rough Skins, or, you know, if this ends up being Rocky Helmet, or this guy could be Rocky Helmet too, you never know. Knockoff I put just in case, you know, it's like Specs and Amorous, we can remove the Specs and take a little bit less damage on our Kyogre or our Chaladon. Feint is important because Alomomola does get Wide Guard, and last time I played a Wide Guard guy, he actually didn't bring Wide Guard on either thing. I think actually he probably would have beaten me if he had Wide Guard on either one, but I don't think he had it on either, so that was really good for me. No, I need to be looking at this. Yeah, so Alomomola could come. I honestly think there's a decent chance it does, and if it does, it's going to bring Wide Guard. And then Fake Out, obviously, never going to not run Fake Out. This amount of speed is faster than, let's see, is it faster than Enamorous? I think that's what it is. 173? Yes, by 2, because Kyogre is right below by 1. Terra Ghost for Incineroar. I'm not running Protect, so obviously I want to be able to remove that Fake Out. This will let me either Fake Out the partner, and then Incineroar is not going to Fake Out Weavile. Incineroar is going to Fake Out the guy next to it. So probably I end up faking out the Incineroar, and then if the Incineroar comes in past turn 1, that's what Terra Ghost is for. Next up, we have Zapdos with a Safety Goggles set. That is for Toedscruel plus Weezing, obviously going to be able to remove Mycelium Mite and then start, you know, putting stuff to sleep really quick. So having a Zapdos with Safety Goggles makes me immune to that, right? And then obviously his stabs are going to be Ground and Grass, both of which Zapdos resists, and I hit it back with a huge Hurricane in the rain, presumably, if I'm going to hit it. Thunderbolt for consistent damage, and then Tailwind to make some of my other guys a little bit quicker, which is kind of nice because, first of all, I could even just match his Tailwind. If he sets it with Enamorous, I can just, you know, match that. Maybe even force a defensive Terra because the Enamorous does just die to Thunderbolt, probably. Zapdos, I think it actually does, yeah. With no EVs, Enamorous is dead to this. That's so funny. And the funny thing about that is that Electra has to go almost max Timid, or max Modest, to get the same number of stats that Zapdos has. Oh my gosh, with none. Because 125 is a very good stat. Anyway. Next up, we have our Chaladon. This is where I put the Ability Shield, and honestly, I'm not convinced on it. I think if I had a few more days to prep, I might actually just... I kind of do still like the Assault Vest. The problem is that the only real special guy is Terapagos. So, you know, with only one special guy, I'm like, okay, might as well just run Ability Shield, might as well get the full defense. I don't actually remember what 212 is for. 212 with a Bold Nature. Let's just put +4 in there. Is it for Garchomp? What is this for? No, because we kill it with Draco. We kill it with none, right? Yeah. Do we kill Enamorous with none? Flash Cannon? No. How much do we need to kill Enamorous? Because that's how much we want to put in there. We need to put in 132. I think we can get away with that. I think we only needed like 44 or something. 76 into Terapagos. 252, the Stellar guy. I know we need more than that. Let's see, how much do we need to get this? Oh, that's what 202 was for, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what 212 was for. Okay. Alright, we'll stick with 212. I'm not convinced that that's the best play, but it would be nice to one-shot Enamorous. I mean, we got electric guys to kill Enamorous. I think it's okay. Why is it weaker? I guess it's because Flash Cannon's 10 base power weaker. Yeah. How, again, Enamorous. Just out of curiosity, this is not the play. Heavy Slam is only 40 base power. Jeez. I guess this guy's not very heavy. Terra Flying is for ground type moves, right? And then also this grass type move here. Next up, we have Kyogre. This is probably the star of the show again, like it was the past 2 weeks. Choice Scarf Kyogre is just ridiculously hard to deal with if you don't have good speed control, which this team kind of doesn't. Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, that's really all you need. I honestly could even drop Icy Wind, but I think it's kind of okay because the team's so slow. If I were to drop it, it would be for Thunder, I suppose, or Hydro Pump. I think it's okay. I think it's okay with Icy Wind. This is just 1 point slower than Weavile, and spoiler alert, Electrode's also that same speed stat. 1 point slower than both of those. Max special attack for max damage, and then the rest in bulk. And then Terra Water for damage. We do not want to be Terra-ing in front of Terapagos, so we got to keep that in mind, unless we're going to kill it. Next up, we have Electrode. This guy is where I got the Covert Cloak, which is for Incineroar. I have Soundproofs that I could maybe switch in on the Parting Shot and trap the Incineroar for a turn. Like, might be kind of good if he's trying to get out of there. I could also run Static is the other one, or Aftermath, right? Either of those, but those both rely on contact moves. The only contact move on the team is something from Incineroar or something from Garchomp, or maybe Physical. I mean, there's actually a lot of contact because there's Incineroar, Garchomp, Physical, and Amorous. At the time I was counting it as a special Pokemon, but Cobalion and this also run physical contact moves. So those are both good options. I think Soundproof is the only one that's like guaranteed though. And I can switch in for Kyogre, just give me a little bit of a switch. Although if Electrode comes, it's probably the lead. We got Terra Ghost on this for Fake Out because I'm not running Protect. I've got Thunderbolt to one-shot an Amorous because we hit the same stat as Zapdos. Bullet Seed is for Archaludon to get stamina up. Taunt, I can taunt Toedscruel quicker than it can even move. And then Rain Dance to get my Rain Dance up if, you know, Kyogre's gets shut off by, if it doesn't activate via Weezing, or if it gets removed by Terapagos. Last up, we have Queenly Majesty Gal with Power Whip, Triple Axle, High Jump, Kick, Protect. We already went over those moves. Queenly Majesty is just kind of nice for Incineroar. So, like I said, I kind of would like the Ability Shield on, like, Illumise or something, but I just really don't think I need Illumise, right? It just doesn't do a whole lot, right? It is really hard for him to kill with anything that isn't named Incineroar, which is really funny, because it does wall Toedscruel forever. That's really funny. And it doesn't wall Weezing, but Weezing doesn't do that much to it. Garchomp, it resists ground. It's gonna take a lot from Terra Stellar, but getting a Fake Tears on Terapagos would be really funny. If I had maybe 2 more days to think about this, I would do it. But for now, I'm just going to run Electrode. I do like the fast Rain Dance. And this kind of lets me get 2 guys with an ability, because Electrode's ability doesn't matter, like, at all. And then being able to activate Archaludon with the ability shield's kind of nice. And like I said, the only real full special guy on the team is the Terapagos, which at first on Electrode, I thought about running Electroweb for speed control. But then I realized, you know, there's 2 ground types on the team, right? These 2. This one is Contrary, so that doesn't even work. So that's like half the team that it doesn't work on. And then when you think about, like, these guys are also slow that Electrohead doesn't even matter. So it's only for 4 guys, and 3 of them are shitter guys. So it's really just Terapagos speed control. So I didn't do that. I could put Thunder Wave still on it, but I decided not to. I decided I think these are probably the best moves. The other thing is it is a little bit awkward keeping with Archaludon being slower than Terapagos, like, guaranteed. So I think Electrode is the least likely to come. I like these first 4 a lot. And then maybe if Arch is bad, I can switch it for Serena. And let me look at my Terra types. Water, Ghost, Water, Flying, Water, Ghost. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the squad. I need to think of nicknames, and we can hop into the battle. Okay, let's see. There is Weezing, there is Toedscruel, there is Terapagos, there is Incineroar, there's no Garchomp, there is an Amorous, no Cobalion or Slacking or the other thing, and then there is this guy. Okay. Grass, 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 Water, Steel, Stellar, obviously. I don't think I really need Archaludon, actually. Yeah, a lot of special attackers here, assuming that this is special, but this could easily be physical. I think I do just do this, and then I'll bring that. Now, do I want priority blocking as long as Weezing's not on the field? I think I will actually just still bring Arch for the 2 fairies, even though I don't really intend to beat it up, unless I'm facing down an the Terapagos and also have speed control up. Let's see. Toadscroll is Terra Steel. Okay. Let's see. Pressure went before in case it was scarfed for some reason. Let's do this. Incineroar is Terra Water, not Terra Ghost. How much is this guy taking from... Okay, good. A lot of damage. Trick Room's up. Okay, that is a little bit bad. I wish I had Ice Shard. Ice Shard actually would have been pretty big. Okay, let me knock off, and if it gets redirected, who cares, really? Bring in Boomhauer, I suppose. Okay, this is Terra Blast. Nice. Let's get rid of that. Is that specs? Leftovers, okay. That. Let's Thunderbolts. Bruce would have been nice here. Actually, that doesn't really matter what Dale does, I don't think. Dale's dying. Okay. I don't care about my abilities. Yup, that is not range for Arch, right? Yeah, 38. But this is still what I do. Don't Terra in front of this. Body Press. Actually, Double Protect. Yeah, I think Double Protect is the play. Will-O-Wisp dodged. Here, Starstorm, obviously. Okay, so Boomhauer is gonna die, right? Did 30%? No, Boomhauer could live. It's a roll. I would rather do this, I think. Do I die? Do I die? Okay, I do die. Which is good, because it's the last turn of Trick Room. Alright, bring in Bobby. It's Flash Cannon. Terra Water Spout. I don't think there's anything that can stop this. Bye-bye. Oh, it lived. Good thing I doubled into that slot. And there's rain. It doesn't really matter what I do. Did it announce that I was protected by Ability Shield? No, it only does it when Neutralizing Gas gets announced. Obviously, he would see. I'm thinking that a play actually might be this. I like that. It's a little bit risky to not bring Weavile. But I really like the idea of just triple Axle and Water Spout to pin the Toadscroll, and then Incineroar can do nothing. Although, the Incineroar was the weakest link the first time around, but it's like his only real way of guaranteeing that the thing goes up. The Trick Room. No. Cancel. It has to be Dale. It has to be Dale, because he's going to bring Wide Guard Guy this time. Okay, he changed up. I fake out, and this can live. Does Ice Beam kill it? Yes. Oh, it could be Sash, though. How much does it take if it Terra Grasses? $70%? And the fake out definitely is going to Bobby. I think I'm okay with Bobby getting faked out. I think I like this is fine. I don't want Tailwind going up. The other way of doing this is Ice Beam, but that does not get around Sturdy, or Focus Sash. Okay. This thing just dies. Oh my god, that thing almost died too. What the heck? Yep, I'm gonna faint and I'm gonna Water Spout. Break the Wide Guard. I did not have to do this in my past weeks. Show me Wide Guard. Yep, and it's broken. That's why I had to bring Weavile this game. Do I need Terra Water? I don't think so. I think I could Terra Ghost, knock off that, switch Boomhauer. Yeah. Okay, that does, the Terra Ghost didn't matter. It was just to cover that, get me some damage. Say goodbye to that. You're dead. Bobby can come in and then lock into Origin Pulse this time. Actually, does Water Spout just kill both? 50% to Terapagos and death to Incineroar. He's committed Terra, yeah. Oh, it lived. And Zapdos is going to kill it. Good game. Let's make sure to save both these replays. And if you enjoyed that, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Take care, and I'll see you this week, actually, in the FDL, and then next week again in the ENC. So, stay tuned.